Hi folks, John Mark here with Catalyst Connect. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn a bit about us. Let's dive in and I'll show you what we're all about. Here at Catalyst, we help clients operate more efficiently and scale by taking advantage of the best cloud-based software out there. Our comprehensive approach that's been developed by working with hundreds of clients across more than a dozen industries has really led us to a proven process to evaluate different objectives from key departments, making sure that each of those pain points and objectives at the department level fit in with the overall organizational goals to come up with that comprehensive solution. This process really begins with in-depth discovery calls with key stakeholders in your system. We'll then develop and architect which apps need to support each of those main processes, hand it over to our implementation and development team to actually customize the software to meet your needs, get your data migrated, make sure that you're comfortable in that initial deployment, and then hand you over to our support team for continued development and ad hoc needs that you may have. Throughout this process, we develop a great number of diagrams and documentation to help you understand how this is all coming together. This will also serve as a great framework for onboarding new employees to help them get up to speed on exactly what apps and processes are used in your system. So this is an example of a basic entity relationship diagram of a CRM. And then here's a quick diagram of how different workflows may come into play for a lead qualification process or a deal process. And of course, we can do some more comprehensive diagrams of how data is going to flow between different applications from your marketing team through to sales and the CRM, maybe a support department in Zoho Desk, Zoho Projects, your accounting systems, you name it. So there's quite a bit that we're going to be organizing throughout this process, and we've developed a great client portal to help facilitate our ongoing work together. So let's dive in and I'll show you how that works. Here in the client portal, you'll be able to see a few different navigation panes on the left. All clients will get started with the intake and planning tab. This is just a quick overview of how we can get your company demographic information, core branding guidelines. We'll be able to map out your customer lifecycle together and identify which apps are going to be best utilized to support a specific department's needs. We'll then dive into more in-depth business overviews, and this is where we can get a better understanding of your revenue model, which stakeholders need to access your system via a core login, or perhaps implementing a client or vendor portal to give them limited access to the system. We can then dive into each specific department to identify those core objectives and goals that we addressed earlier, before going through your existing data that needs to be implemented into the system to make sure that we're accounting for any nuances and reformatting that may be needed. From here, we'll go ahead and develop a roadmap. This will give us a better idea of what we're going to hit the ground running with in a phase 1 implementation. We like to walk before we run and lay an appropriate foundation so we don't need to backpedal and re-architect things when you want to layer on additional apps or processes in the future. Once we hit the ground running with the project, you'll be able to come here to the home screen, navigate to the project management tab, and here you'll be able to quickly see a snapshot of the different projects that we have going on for your company. You'll be able to dive in and of course drill down into the specific work orders that are going to address each department's needs, see where they are in the process. If it's an hourly project, you'll be able to track along and see all the hours that have been worked on so far so that we can make sure that the project is staying on budget. You'll also be able to reference some library of resources that we have for our clients. This will be a great way to implement best practices and get the most out of the tech ecosystems that we work on together. Not only will you have these more generic videos and overviews, but we'll have specific training and documentation available for your company. These training videos will likely be embedded within the apps themselves, but also available through this portal to help you speed up the process of onboarding new employees. We really look forward to having the opportunity to work with your organization. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions. Otherwise, we look forward to getting started. Thanks a lot and have a good day. Cheers.